Your real one-time code just arrived, but the page asking for it belongs to a criminal. The sponsored search result opened a lookalike bank login, and entering the genuine code there hands it to the person behind the imitation. The FBI warns that multi-factor authentication cannot protect you when you submit credentials to a fraudulent login page. The FBI's public warning names search engine ads and phishing sites among the routes into account takeover. It also warns that criminals may collect credentials and one-time codes while impersonating a financial institution. This is the official source behind the reconstruction you just saw. The reason the sponsored slot works comes down to a habit. People treat the top of the results page as an endorsement. That placement reads like the search engine checked the link and chose to put it first. Nobody actually bought that trust, though. A scammer rented it for the price of an ad. And the people who track this for a living saw it coming. On November 25, 2025, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center put out a public warning about this exact move: fraudulent search ads steering people toward fake financial login pages. The date matters because it tells you this is live right now, not some old trick that already got patched. So if you reach your bank by searching its name, you are walking into the thing the FBI flagged weeks ago. Now the fake page does the exact thing your real bank would do next. It asks for the 6-digit code. And right on cue, your real phone lights up with a genuine one-time code sent by your actual bank, because a login really is happening this second. You read it off your screen and type it into the box in front of you. You just handed a live code to a stranger. Here's the move you can't see while it's happening. The moment you type that code, it lands on the criminal's screen in real time, and they paste it into the true bank site while it's still valid. Your phone sent the code to you. You sent it straight to them. They walked it through the real front door before the code could expire. This is the part people get wrong about multi-factor authentication. The FBI spelled it out in November 2025. That second step does nothing when you enter the code on a fraudulent login page. The technology worked perfectly. It sent the right code to the right person's phone. It just can't tell the difference between you and the site you typed it into. So the code never got hacked. Nobody cracked 6 digits or broke your bank's security. The fake ad borrowed the bank's own safety step, pointed it at themselves, and let you do the typing. That's how a search result you clicked once beats a code that was working exactly as designed. So you read those 6 digits back to the friendly voice, and that is the entire robbery. Inside of 2 minutes, the transfers start, your balance moving out to accounts you have never seen. You go to log in and check, and the password you have used for years just stops working. They already changed it and swapped the recovery email, and now you are standing outside your own bank account with your nose against the glass. Now, here is what should bother you more than the loss itself. You are nowhere near the first person this happened to today. Since January 2025, the FBI's Complaint Center has logged more than 5,100 account takeover reports, adding up to $262 million gone. The fake bank ad is one lane on that highway, feeding the same ending, a real login handed to someone wearing the bank's face. Your emptied account is a single line in a very long list. And the Bureau is not guessing about how you got here. Its own public alert lays out this exact path: criminals buying their way to the top of a search for your bank, then talking the login code straight out of you. When the agency that counts the fraud writes up your specific trap by name, that tells you how routine it has become. This is a script being run at volume, not a freak accident that happened to find you. So picture that one sponsored result multiplied out across the whole country. A single ad template cloned and rerun, pointing thousands of different people at the same phone number and the same drained ending. That is why this stopped being your private disaster and became a national one. Thousands of separate lockouts all wearing one design. And you still have not heard the one change that collapses the whole thing, which I am holding for you. Here's what makes that one sponsored result so dangerous. The FBI says it's only one of 5 doors that open onto the exact same stolen account. Fake bank support lines, cloned phishing sites, search ads, harvested logins, and the one-time codes you read aloud all end in the same place. Whichever door the thief uses, the account they seize is real, and it belongs to you. And the FBI is blunt about who gets hit hardest. Adults 60 and older are the primary target, because they're more likely to trust a support line and to have real savings worth draining. Which means the person in your family most at risk from that ad is also the one with the most to lose. The targeting is deliberate. They go where the money and the trust both sit. Follow any of those doors and the sequence barely changes. First, a spoofed ad or an official-looking number grabs your attention. Then you hand over a login, sure you're talking to your bank. Then they trigger a genuine security code and coax you into reading it back. By the final step, the account is theirs and you did every part of it believing you were staying safe. Cybersecurity experts give this a plain name. They call it a three-phase scam that is quietly draining bank accounts, and those phases run no matter which door started them. So that sponsored result was never the whole trap. It was door number 1, and the other 4 were already open behind it. So here's where this stops being a warning and starts being a case file. On December 22, 2025, the Justice Department announced it had seized the actual domain behind one of these account takeover schemes, along with the stolen password database sitting behind it. That means investigators are holding the machine now, not chasing the rumor about it, which tells you how far past your one login this whole thing had already run. And when they added up the damage, it wasn't abstract. Among the victims investigators could actually identify, the losses came to $14.6 million. Not a worst-case estimate, money that had already left real accounts. That is the scale one fake search result can quietly feed. A number that size doesn't come from one clever con. It comes from that seized password database, a single star pile of reused logins aimed at real bank accounts at scale. One list feeding takeover after takeover, which is exactly why the dollar figure climbs the way it does. Industrial is the honest word for it, and it's the reason your one strong password matters less than everywhere else you reused it. One thing to keep straight, because it matters. The seizures themselves are real, the domain and the database are in custody. The conduct behind it, who ran the operation and how, is still an allegation laid out in a supporting affidavit, not a conviction. So the case is already solid enough to take the tools off the table and still working its way toward proving the rest. So here's the single change I promised you up top. Stop reaching your bank through a search bar. Type the real web address in yourself, or save it once as a bookmark and use only that, because the fake sponsor result the FBI flagged can only find you when you go looking through search. Do that one thing and the trap dies at step 1, before the scammer ever gets to show you their door. The next move they count on is you trusting the call. If a voice or a text claiming to be your bank pushes you to confirm a code, read back a number, or move money to keep it safe, hang up. Then call the bank yourself using the number printed on the back of your card, not the one they gave you and not one you pulled from a search. The FDIC's whole warning comes down to this. A real bank never asks you to verify them, you verify the bank. That one pause is where the takeover falls apart. But say you already clicked, and the account is locked the way we saw earlier. Speed is the only thing left that helps you now. Call the bank on that same card number right away and get the account frozen before the transfer clears. Then save everything, the fake page, the phone number, the emails, the timestamps, because that is what an investigator actually works from. Then report it to the FBI's IC3 at ice3.gov, the exact channel the November 2025 alert tells victims to use. 5 doors, 1 stolen account, and every single one of them opens the moment you reach for your bank the wrong way. Close that one door, and the fake ad, the cloned login, the fraud alert call all have nowhere to land. So make your bank a bookmark tonight and never search your way to it again. If you want the next trap taken apart before it reaches you or your family, this is the case file, and we run one every evening.